Hello, good morning. This is Olivia with Tarot and Coffee with Olivia, and welcome. Welcome to my sacred space. Thank you for being here. Every time I thank my viewers, I just wish I knew how to thank you more, but the best way to thank you is to keep doing this. My viewers, I think my family and my friends, all of you, I just really appreciate that you come back and that you seem to be enjoying this, that I get a lot of comments, and that I've even gotten some donations, which I just can't thank you guys enough. Those of you that have sent and are sending donations, that is above and beyond, but I do love and appreciate it. Um, so always remember that you are the master of your own destiny. You are the master of your destiny. This is a meditation and should not be replacing any kind of therapy. However, it can help with a lot of things. Some people have told me that it is calming, and it is nice to have a little meditation of the day before you go out or after you've come in or right before bed. A lot of people do this meditation at different times of the day. It doesn't really matter what time of the day you do it. Um, it almost well, even though I'm dating these, if someone were to come back and find these and watch one, it might be meant for them to watch. So they are dated, but they are also timeless, if that makes sense. That's why they stay up. That's why I keep them up. Um, so today we're going to talk about the moon a little bit more. I'm just going to show you another moon card from another deck. And you will see that we also have this little fish crab down here where my thumb is. He's crawling out of the pond. The one reflection on the moon I'm going to say today, that's interesting reflection on the moon, is that as much as she illuminates, she hides twice to three times as much. A lot of times when we think about the moon, we don't think of the dark side of the moon, but she carries the deepest depths of our subconscious, places where we have not been in a long time. I don't know how that works, but that's how it works. All right, so that's your moon meditation of the day. We're going to move this honey citrine aside and we're going to move on to picking your cards. So, right here is my black river stone. Here is my beautiful tiger eye. This is my, maybe if I bring it up, you can see it a little bit. This is my my copper ore, and this is my beautiful howlite. We're going to start with a river stone, and we're going to pull over, and we're going to pull out your card. It is the sun, and the sun is a really good card to have today. It is not, it is an indication of a great awakening or illumination if you've been working on a problem lately and haven't been able to quite get through it. Um, the sun is going to bring you your answer today. Now, a lot of times you have this card today, your morning may start out pretty rough, pretty dark. That is how things work in the universe. It's always darkest before the dawn. There's a reason there is that saying. But the dawn will happen today because this is a daily reading. So don't lose hope if the first part of your day is just really yucky and you can't seem to get through. That fog will lift. I feel like I'm a weatherman. That fog will lift before the day is over and you will have a breakthrough. And the next is our beautiful tiger eye rock, and I will turn over your card for today, and she is the Nine of Pentacles. Look with her little falcon in her hand, his little, it's a cute card. That part of the card speaks of kind of being in training or a growth period. Um, This particular card, Pentacles, often have to do with careers. They often have to do with your humanity as well. When you get this card today, one thing is that you have something very specific in mind that you're working towards, and that you're really trying to refine that. Um, you do consider yourself to be in a kind of a growth or training period, but that doesn't mean your work isn't fine and that you won't be successful, because this is a successful card. Um, this is kind of a liberal minded person, and well, it's funny because I feel like, well, anyway, let's move on. I think she's kind of a tactile person. So if you have that card today, if you have the Nine of Pentacles today, just keep working on your work and enjoy it. Today's a day you can enjoy refining what it is that you're particularly working on, or problem that you're probleming out, or it might be your studies. Maybe you're going over last minute for a test. You're going to be fine. If that's what it is, you're going to do fine on the test. But it's okay to refine those last minute studies. We're going to move towards the copper ore, which I like to make sparkle. I tied a light to my camera, but it's not really helping. Okay, what is this? Oh, Judgment. Which in the deck that I usually use is called the Karma card. You can see in this card deck, it looks like a very Christian rendition of the resurrection. So if you get this card today, you need to ask yourself two questions. What is my highest calling, and am I moving toward that calling? Is there something that you have always liked to do or always wanted to do for someone or for a group of people? Today's the day to do it. You need to heed your call. Heed your calling, whatever that is. Something, it may not be money. Maybe you're not just giving a donation. Maybe you're starting a program. What is your highest calling? I will tell you that right now I do feel like my highest calling is actually tarot reading, or spiritual comfort is really my goal. So it could be something simple like that. It's not necessarily something huge that will save a lot of people, but you do have a calling, and this card is saying, what is that calling? Are you following along that path? That just gives you something to think about today if you have that card. If you already know what it is that you're doing and you're moving in that direction, it says you're doing the exact right thing you're supposed to be doing. And now we're going to uncover the howlite. What is behind the howlite? I just want to shout out to all of you. I just want to call out everybody and say, hey, thanks for being here. Okay, it looks like you have the Seven of Cups, which is also known as Hearts. This man has several choices ahead of him. And he is about to make a choice. This is a card that has a lot to do with intuition, but also kind of rebirth or restarting your life, like a cleansing and a moving forward. It's also a card that says you need to use your discernment and your psychic abilities, your intuition, in order to make the choices that you need to make today. Go ahead and, I know that a lot of you will use your intellect, and that's very important. I feel like spiritualism isn't really the opposite of intellectualism, but they can work together. So if you have a decision or several decisions to make, do so logically, like you do, but also add a little bit of psychic discernment in there if you can, or just a little intuition. See if you can find a muse. This is also a very creative card. Um, Poetry, painting. It can have to do with your dreams. See the clouds up in the sky. If you got this card today, what I'd like to say is to tune into your intuition, tune into beauty, and tune into loving what you're doing. And this is also kind of an awakening card. We have several of those here today where this one is an awakening card. This one is an awakening card. This one is actually a study and repose kind of card. And this one is also an awakening card. So they're being resurrected, awakening into a new world. That is something that this card says you will be doing today. Not necessarily after a physical death and resurrection. I'm not saying that it is time for the rapture. No, what I'm saying is that for you today, you get this ultra stupid, you get you get this ultra card that will help you go through a transition today, a transition into awakening. So, I do appreciate you guys coming. I appreciate everything you do for me. Uh, I want to tell you about the Charmed Intuition readings. There's a on YouTube. There's a young woman. She does Charmed Intuition, and I really enjoy looking at her videos. If anybody's interested, go ahead and take a run over there and see what she's got. She does weekly, and she does and sometimes she does questions. She does weekly readings rather than daily, but she's also very good, and she doesn't just read cards, she reads charms too. That's something I'd like to start doing, and I will be doing that soon. So if you have any comments about that, go ahead and leave them in the comment area, or you can call me, or don't be shy about calling. You can leave a message, and I will get back with you. Use my website to book an appointment. Call me on the phone to book an appointment. If you're having trouble with the website, or if you're needing another time that's not available on the website, sometimes I can make some times available that I don't usually read, and that's fine. I don't mind doing that for you guys. So again, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you tomorrow. Oh, did I tell you about Friday, the full moon? I'm sure I did last time.